Hello folks, in this video we will get started with TypeScript. But before moving forward, I would like to ask you one question, and that is, what is TypeScript? So TypeScript is A, JavaScript framework, B, a CSS framework, C, a programming language, and D, a testing tool. You can watch the video and answer in the comment section below. I will give you the right answer at the end of the video. So let's get started. Now, I have simply asked ChatGPT what is TypeScript, and ChatGPT is saying that TypeScript is a programming language developed and maintained by Microsoft. It is a strict syntactical superset of JavaScript and adds optional static typing to the language. Now, very big words, but we will see this soon. And here are some key aspects of TypeScript: static typing, compatibility with JavaScript, advanced type system tooling support, and many more. Now, I have also asked ChatGPT how to get started with TypeScript, how to install TypeScript globally. And to do that, we simply have to run this command. Now, I have already done this, but in case you haven't done it, you can open the terminal in any folder and you can simply run this thing npm install -g TypeScript, and let's see what happens. And it is trying to install TypeScript. In my case, it is already installed, but in your case, it will install globally. And now let's see what do we need to do next. Next, we can check the TypeScript version. So let's see what is the TS version now. So for my case, it is 5.3.2. And if you are watching the video sooner, it will be same for you also. Like we have installed TypeScript globally like this. Now then I have asked that how to initialize one TypeScript project, and they're asking like many things to do. Like we have to create one directory and many more things. Like this is already done in my case. Now you don't really need to do all of these things. Like this is in case you want to initialize one node project or anything. But in this video we will simply check out TypeScript in the console. So you can ignore all of it and you can directly come and execute this command, and that is npx tsc init. So I will go to my VS Code and simply run this command, and this will basically create one tsconfig.json file. And inside we have many things, but we have to take care of two things first. So there will be something called directory, and it is not direct over here. Like there will be dir. So there is one root dir, and then there will be one something called out dir. So this one. So the root dir is basically wherever our code will be written. So I want all of my code to be written inside one source directory. So here I can add one src folder. Now the out dir is basically wherever our output JavaScript file will be written. Now you may be wondering, why do we need output JavaScript files? We are already using TypeScript. But that is how TypeScript works. In the compile time, TypeScript will basically compile all of the code into JavaScript code, and the JavaScript will be running in the runtime. And TypeScript only works in the compile time. And this is not even called compilation, this is called transpilation. So basically, TypeScript is converting all of the code to JavaScript code, which will basically run in the runtime, like any other code. Now, TypeScript is giving us type safety that JavaScript is not giving us, and that we will see now. So in our src folder, we will write all our TypeScript code, and that will be converted to JavaScript code in the dist folder, and then accordingly we can run it. So now the first program that we will run is the hello world program, and we all know it. So I will simply write hello world dot ps. Now I suppose you have already heard that TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. So basically everything that JavaScript has, TypeScript also has, and it also has some extra features like types that we will discuss now. So since it already has JavaScript, we can write JavaScript code, and that is console log hello world. Now, we don't generally run TypeScript directly, so we have to convert it. And to convert it, we have to use one command, and that is called tsc. So when I execute this command, we have the hello world.js file, and it is basically the same thing only because we are only printing hello world. Now, it may be a headache to basically execute the tsc all the time. So there is one shortcut, and that is called tsc minus minus watch. So anytime we make any changes in our TypeScript, it will automatically make the changes in the dist folder, like for the JavaScript. So let's execute this one, and let's give it hello world exclamation, and it will change automatically here. Now I will open another terminal. I will go inside the dist, and here I will simply do node hello world.js, and we have hello world. So we have successfully written our first TypeScript program. So now this is very simple stuff. It is only printing hello world. Now we will see what are types in TypeScript. So I will now create another file, and I will name it variables.ts. And as you can see, automatically because of the tsc watch, it has created one variables.js file. Now in the variables.ts, so we will basically check how we can write TypeScript variables, and basically the same as JavaScript. So let me write a equals to 10, and then let's say b equals to one string 20, and then let c equals to, let's say, true, some boolean, and let's actually make it const, and the third one is var. Now let's see what JavaScript we have. And we basically have the same things. Now, what is the difference? The difference is this. In A, we can write something like this. Let A number equals to 10. Now, what will happen is if I try to do something like this, A equals to 10 here, it will be throwing one error. And that is type string is not assignable to type number. Let's say we don't have the number, then we will not be having this error. And actually we have this error, and that is type string is not assignable to type number. And that is because TypeScript by default assigns the number type to A because we have assigned 10. Let's say we don't keep anything, then we will have no errors. But the same error will not be showing in the JavaScript. So that is one benefit. And also in case we give any, and any means it can be of any type, then there will be no errors. So this is one feature that we have in TypeScript, and that is we can assign types like in any other programming language like C++, C Sharp, Java, we have. That is something we have in TypeScript. Now for the B, let me just assign string. And for the C, I can assign Boolean. Now, one thing to note is that TypeScript doesn't have int or float like we have in C++ or Java, maybe. It has number. And actually, that gives less attack, right? So now in our variables.js, we have the same things here. So that is how we can basically declare variables, simple stuff. Now we will close the video by creating one simple program, and that is one simple calculator. So basically, we will have like addition, subtraction, deletion, like division, few other like operations, and we will see how TypeScript can do the job. Actually, JavaScript can also, but TypeScript can do maybe slightly better way. So now we have this program called simplecalculator.ts, and here we will have one function. Let's name it clc and the calc will accept three arguments. So let's say a, b, and the operation. Let's name it op. And then let's say by default it will return -1. And here I will basically have to call this function. So let's say we have a result, and here I will call the calc, and the a and b will be, let's say, two numbers, let's say 8 and 2, and the operation will be one string, let's say mul, that is multiplication, and then we will simply do console log of res. So now we have simple calc.js, and it is basically with no changes, and which is correct. Now here if I simply run the simple calc.js, what we have? We have some errors, and okay, the error is because it should be calc and not cal. So let me make it calc, and let me just do simple calc, and we have -1. That is because we are sending -1. Now because TypeScript has types, so what we can simply do is we can declare that A should always be number and B should always be a number. So that some mischievous users do not try to do it something like this, like either mischievous or very stupid users. So they have to pass a number always. So this is one benefit, and this op should always be one string, so that people do not try to pass again something mischievous over here. Now what do we need to do inside? And inside I believe this is simple stuff, and that is we will write one switch case. So switch, and we will pass the op, and inside what we can simply do is we will do case. Let's say we have sum. In that case we will simply return like a plus b, and then let me just copy these things. Then after sum, we will have subtraction, sub. This will be a minus b. Then we will have mul, which will be a multiplied by b. Then we will have div, that is a divided by b. And then lastly, we will have a, let's say, modulo. So a mod b. And I believe that's all. And then let's say people find some mischief. Then by default, we will basically return 1 -1. So this is the thing that we have. Now, if I do the race, we have 16, and that is 18 to 2, 16. Now, we can also do something like this, that we can mention that it should always return one number. So for a function calc, it will return number, and that is something we can decide by this. So that is also fine. Now the issue is something like this. What if we pass some mischievous strings? So for example, mulls or anything. Now this will throw some error, right? So if I do like we are getting -1, we should be getting, yeah, that is fine. -1 is fine. But what if we never allow the users to pass something like this? And that is also we can do. And that is, instead of writing string over here, we can simply write what kind of operation we are expecting. Like there are only 5 types. So I will simply write sum, and this straight line is the or sub, or mul, or let's say the other two, div. or and now you will find one error, and that is argument of type mulse is not assignable to parameter of the type sum. I mean, of the type sum, I mean, basically this whole argument. So we have to pass null over here. And now if I do the note or whatever, we have the correct result and we will always have it. So this is the benefit TypeScript is giving us in making this simple calculator. And if we try to do this in JavaScript, we will never be having this benefit. So for example, here as you can see, this is the same code only, but it will allow us to run. Now coming back to the question that I asked at the beginning of the video, and that is what is TypeScript? And if you have watched the video, you already know it, and that is TypeScript is a programming language. We can see that this is the correct answer. So that's it for this video. And in the next video, we will learn about TypeScript interfaces. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye bye.